What's coming up tomorrow? What's coming up is a game between the Delhi Capitals and the Rajasthan Royals. This one comes to you from the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. That's match number 32. Delhi's winning juggernaut was stopped by MI. Once again, game joy that they should have won, but they committed complete harakiri with the bat against MI.
Absolutely. This seems to be the batting collapse season part of the season.
This week, yeah.
Batting collapse week.
But they should have won that game from where they started.
Of course, they should have won that game. And what Karun Nair, that partnership did for them after that to not be able to finish. Yeah. And some, again, foolish running between wickets. Terrible running between wickets towards the end. They lost their head. Yeah. Players like Stubb and all, they'll all be looking at themselves and wondering, we are better than this.
Yeah. It's expected to be a pretty good batting pitch. Apparently, it's going to be played on the centre wicket, so boundaries on both sides will be the same size as well. Conditions should not be a problem unless they have to bowl second, where dew will come into play. But the positives for them, Kuldeep Yadav has been in excellent form.
Yeah, look, dew will come into play. It did the other night. I was there. I'm back there tomorrow night to do the game again. Now, it's a small ground. It's a tiny ground, and that outfield is carpet. Yeah. It is so fast. When you're in the inner circle, you either dive or you don't. And if you don't, you're just escorting it to the boundary. Yeah. Because it races across. So it'll be high scoring again, one would imagine. They will be fuming after the other night. It's a game that was in their hands. And there was some really poor options from the batters. Yeah. I thought the captain's shot was pretty average. Stubbs was very average. The running between the wickets late in the piece. So there was a lot not to like about it, but there was also some very good things. Kuldeep was one. He's bowled beautifully throughout the season. Karun Nair, after a hiatus, looked simply superb. So, there's enough for Delhi to take out of it, but it's a loss that they felt, they should have been 5-0. They should have been 5 from 5 to the start of this tournament, and they're not.
Look, the only person who hasn't fired for them at all is Jake Frizenberg. Yeah. Everything else has worked for them. So if Faf is fit, this is a very good Delhi team.
What if he isn't fit? Do you still play JFM or can you open with Karun Nair?
I would open with Karun Nair easily. And if you look at the squads, perhaps you'll have a sense of it. You go there, you promote Karun Nair out there, and you have enough options out there. Then I'd look at even Donovan Ferreira, get another bat if I have to. Because why not? He's a very decent bat.
Because they've not been playing all their 4 foreigners. Yeah. Right? So if you drop JFM, you have Stubbs and Mitchell Starc there. And then you can play around with the other options.
You can play Donovan Ferreira and you've got enough.
You can play Ferreira in the middle order if you want and open with Abhishek Patel and Karun Nair if you want to. I don't think Faf will be fit. I interviewed him before the game the other day, and he wanted to play the previous game. Well, they wanted him to play the previous game just as a batter and not field. Yeah. But the competitive nature in him said, I want to be in the field. Yeah. So he basically took it on himself. He said, look, it was my fault. They didn't want me to field. I wanted to field, and then obviously hurt it again while I was fielding. So I don't think it's an injury that will have him back tomorrow. But look, Fraser McGurk, it was an abysmal shot the other night. Yeah. Very first ball of the innings. I've seen him play where he's got all the shots in the book. He's talented. There's no doubting that he's talented. But you cannot just live off 1 or 2 innings. Yeah. You have to be cricket smart. Yeah. You're up against the best bowlers in the world in this tournament. Yeah. That's why it's the best T20 league in the world. Every team has got high quality performers. You have to respect that now and then. Yeah. And you have to respect the game. And I don't see that at the moment. Yeah. He's just going out there willy-nilly. It's just, he needs to be better. For a player they paid a lot of money for, he needs to be better.
Their opponents, Rajasthan Royals, their 2 wins against CSK and Punjab, sandwiched between 2 losses on either sides, and they play their 7th game joy tomorrow. And you don't want to be losing 5 at the halfway mark because only 4 points on the table. So they've got to get going now.
They've got to get going now, and that's what they've. The campaign, as I said, if I have a word to describe it, it's spluttering. Somebody's hitting a bit there, somebody's doing a little bit there. Okay, somebody's gone into form, but overall, Rajasthan has just flattered to deceive. Yeah. And they've also, I was not particularly happy with them playing both their first 2 home matches against Guwahati. So all this because you're not used to that surface, it's not your, so there are a whole lot of issues. They need their Indian batting to come good.
Yeah, the top 6 is all Indians.
Yeah, the top 6 is all Indian. They need their Indian batting. And they have been firing, as I said, on and off. All of them have not been firing together. They have not batted as a unit so far.
Right. Now, despite Jofra Archer looking so good, the others haven't really stepped up. Clearly, the bowling is a bigger concern than their batting is.
Yeah, I think the bowling's been a real concern for them. Sandeep's been good in patches, Tikshana in patches, and I think as Joy mentioned, everyone's had a game where they've been okay, but Jofra's been the best of them for the last 3 games.
Yep.
And from a batting point of view, very similar. So they need more out of Deshpande, in particular, Tikshana. As I say, Sandeep will do what he does generally, and he's usually been okay.
Yep.
Archer and Hasaranga. I mean, Hasaranga missed a couple, didn't he? So they need wickets through the middle from him for Archer to be effective, I think, at the front and at the back for them. But their issue is they haven't been able to put good performances together as a unit.
Do you bring in Akash Madhwal for Tushar Deshpande just to mix things up a little bit?
I really don't mind Akash Madhwal.
Yeah.
Tushar Deshpande so far has done nothing. I mean, he's been their first choice, but I think we'll have to look at it and say that his results have really not come for him. And see, what happens now is that if you're off, and all these bowling attacks are now so formidable that they will target you.
Yeah.
They look at your bowling side and say, okay, this guy's going to bowl 4 overs.
Yeah.
These 4 we're going to really take toll off. So they've gone after Tushar because they know that attacking Jofra at that pace at 150 and the kind of bounce he gets, it's not going to happen that easily.
Okay.
Hasaranga, the ball might slow down, so might as well attack up front. And I think that's what they have to. It's like a ship that's got everything is going, but not all of it goes together.
Very quickly, gentlemen, players to watch out for one each.
Riyan Parag for me. DC, the captain.
For me, Sanju Samson. And for Delhi, I just thought KL Rahul